There, welcome back, bienvenidos de vuelta a mi canal. My name is Francisca and today we're going to be making a recycled piñata using a lot of these materials. It is going to be woody, so vamos a utilizar muchos de estos materiales para hacerla reciclada y vamos a hacer a Woody de la película de Toy Story. Así que vamos a comenzar con lo que va a ser la plantilla de los pies. I'm going to go ahead and start with the bottom of the foot, which is going to be the boot. So I did trace this shape and I cut it out. I did go ahead and make two of them because obviously he has 2 feet. Así que como pueden mirar hice 2 de esas mismas figuras para hacer los pies. Ahora después los pegué con unos tubitos que le puse. No son los del papel del baño porque los del papel del baño están muy cortitos. Así que estos son como de servilletas y luego estoy haciendo estos conos. So now I did create some cones. But before that, as you can see, I attached some of those tubes to the bottom of the boot. The reason why I'm making these cones is because this is like the thicker part of the leg, which is going to be like the thigh. I will be gluing it on with a little bit of hot glue, and after that I did add some tape just to make sure that it was strong enough. Now that I'm finished with my feet, I'm going to go ahead and work on the body. I cut these strands of paper, como pueden mirar, y corté estas tiras de papel para comenzar a crear lo que va a ser su cuerpo. So I will be using this balloon as a guide as well. Como pueden mirar, voy a utilizar este globo para guiarme en lo que va a ser el cuerpo y mi hijo me va a estar ayudando en detenerlo mientras yo empiezo a engrapar los pedacitos de cartón donde yo quiero que vayan. So my son is helping me to hold it up while I while I start stapling all of the cardboard where it goes so that it could shape up kind of like the body. So it is not going to be that fat because Woody is a little bit thinner, but it was just a guide to start off. So now I'm just going to go ahead and continue to add more pieces of cardboard until it has the shape that I want. And this is all I'm really going to do. I will be adding a neck and the head to it as well. But as you guys can see, just continue to add more pieces of cardboard until the shape is there. También le voy a agregar lo que va a ser un cuello y la cabeza después de que termine con esto, pero como pueden mirar aquí yo solamente sigo agregando hasta que tenga el cuerpo como lo decía. Así que así fue como me quedó. So this is how it turned out. And after this I'm gonna go ahead and add something like a little bit of paper to the feet and this part, which is going to be the neck. I left those pieces of cardboard out so that I could attach the head to it. Como pueden mirar, le dejé esos pedacitos de cartón hacia afuera para poder poner lo que va a ser el globo, que va a ser la cabeza. Okay, so now that we have kind of the body figured out a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and move on to covering up my piñata. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my engrudo and all of these papers. I get them off the mail. You know, I always get advertisement papers and stuff like that, so I recycle them and use them for my piñatas. You could use newspaper as well, so you want to fully cover each sheet, and after that you're gonna place them on your piñata and cover it. I will be doing about 2, maybe 3 layers at the most. I don't want it to be too much because if I do add too many layers, the moisture is gonna bring down the piñata with the weight and it's just gonna collapse, so we don't want that to happen. So I'd rather take a couple of days to work on it instead of trying to do it one day, like everything at one day at once, and then have it fall apart. Como pueden mirar, yo ya empecé a agregar lo que va a ser mi papel con engrudo. Así que yo estos papeles los agarro del correo cuando me llega mi correo. En vez de tirarlos, pues los alzo y los utilizo para mi piñata. No le vas a agregar muchas capas porque no quieres que se caiga. Así que así la voy a dejar y para el siguiente día voy a venir y trabajar en ella ya que esté seca. So I did leave it drying overnight and I'm gonna go ahead and start adding the arms. So I am taking these tubes as these are the same type that I used for the feet, and one of them is actually from wrapping paper. That's why it's really long and I just decided to go ahead and cut it out. I will be kind of bending it through the what's gonna be the elbow part so that it doesn't look too stiff. Como pueden mirar, aquí le estoy haciendo como un doblez chico porque no lo quiero que se parezca así como que un tipo palo, que tenga un poquito de movimiento la piñata. Así que con un poquito de tape lo voy a pegar y ya después voy a seguir agregando lo que van a ser otras, yo creo unas 2 capas más le hice esta vez, y dejarlo secar. So I did go ahead and added about 2 layers more, and I'm gonna go ahead and create the boot. So after I did have the foot, I'm gonna go ahead and take this piece of cereal box and kind of fold it in half, creating the upper part, which is gonna be like that arch. And then I'm gonna go ahead and in the bottom do that little cut as well for the boot part, like where the foot is at. Hopefully that makes sense. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and attach it, add a little bit of I believe it was like hot glue, and again you want to go ahead and add some engrudo and paper to it. También lo cubrí con el engrudo y el papel y lo voy a dejar que seque sobre noche otra vez, pero también voy a adelantar algunos pasos mientras esto se seca. So while this is drying, I will be working on a couple of steps. So after I did do the arms and the other layers on the piñata, as you guys saw, I went ahead and added the part of the boot. So since we do have like that foot shape already, all I had to do was add like the part of the boot so that it could look like a boot. I don't know, but as you guys see, I am adding some engrudo and paper on it as well to attach it, and that way it's gonna be pretty strong. Como pueden mirar, también lo estoy pegando con lo que va a ser el engrudo y el papel para que esté un poco más fuerte, y pues obviamente es parte de la piñata y no quiero que se vaya a caer, así que por eso lo pegué de esta manera. So I decided to add a couple of patches of that brown paper so that whenever I start decorating, all of that underneath paper will not be like shown through. Así que empecé a cubrirlo con este papel china del color que iba a ir, para que cuando yo lo empiece a decorar, el papel de abajo no se vaya a traslucir. So for the eyes, I took a couple of like those foam balls, I cut them in half, and I went ahead and hot glued them on there. Así que para los ojos tomé estas pelotitas de foam, las corté como por mitad para que tenga esa dimensión en los ojos y los pegué con un poquito de silicón. Después le empecé a agregar lo que va a ser la quijada. So I started adding what's going to be the chin. With a little bit of paper, I kind of shaped it out. And then again, I started adding layers of engrudo so that it could stay on there. Y le empecé a poner capas de engrudo para que se mantenga en su lugar. También le puse lo que era una nariz, solamente hice como un triangulito y pues también se lo pegué ahí. So I did create like a little triangle for the nose as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and do about 3 layers on this part. It is going to be the section of the mouth and the chin, as I said, and let it dry again overnight so that I could go ahead and start painting it. Hands need to be shorter, and the face, I don't like it. I don't know, something's wrong with it. But we're gonna see how it comes out. Okay, so after this is where I didn't get to film much, but I'm still gonna share with you guys the outcome of the piñata and what I have on film. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on the head. I created this shape. It is kind of like a triangle with like curved edges, and I just took this tube and started rolling it so that it could have the like that shape that the Woody hat has. Como pueden mirar, yo empecé aquí a hacer estos rollitos para que se curviera lo que era la gorra. Le voy a agregar este listón para que se cuelgue. I will be using that ribbon to hang it, and as you guys saw, I did cover it with tissue paper before I fully decorated it so that the underneath paper will not be shown through. I'm gonna go ahead and paint the face because I didn't have the color that I needed for the skin, like the tissue paper. Como pueden mirar, le pinté lo que era su cara y empecé a cortar mi papel. Sí, lo cubrí todo con papel china en cada sección donde iban a ir los colores, pero desafortunadamente estaba en un apuro por terminar esta piñata. La verdad la terminé el mismo día que la iban a levantar y la muchacha lo quería levantar como un día antes y yo le dije, tú me dijiste hasta esta fecha, así que todavía no está lista. So she did want to pick up the piñata like a day before, and I told her, you told me to this day, so I don't have it ready yet. And I was kind of like in a rush, so I didn't really get to film the rest of the process, but I still want to share it with you guys. I want you guys to at least see how I built it. The decorating, I'm pretty sure any of you guys could do it on your own after this. But yeah, I did cut all my paper and decorated. This is how the piñata came out. Así fue como me salió la piñata. Así que espero les haya gustado este video. No quedé muy contenta con lo que era la cara, pero a ella le encantó, así que si a ella le gustó, yo estoy feliz. So I wasn't like too happy about the face, but I think it went pretty well. If she liked it, that's all that matters. So thank you guys for watching. Till next time. Gracias por ver y hasta la próxima.